What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a subscriber request. And a subscriber requested that we take a look at resale prices for some of the Haslab items that are out there and what it means potentially for the Razor Crest being released later this fall. And so I'm going to dig right in. We're going to start first with the pack-in for the Sail Barge, and that is VC000 Yak Face. And there's been so many sales that I just wanted to give you a general idea of where things are selling. And it seems like for an ungraded example that's in good shape, you're going to be paying, I'd say, $250 to $300 on average. And here's an example of one. This one was listed for $299 plus $8 shipping, and it sold for best offer accepted. But the card itself was in pretty good shape. You can see right here, and I'll show you a better example here in a little while. But one of the problems with 000 Yak Face is that the way it was packed in with the Sail Barge is that it pressed up against a lot of the packaging on the inside. And so when you pulled it out, oftentimes you'd get this indentation on the card that was semicircular. And in this example, it just has a small portion of that semicircle here on the card. So it's not as bad as another example I'll show you in a second. But it's just something to keep in mind that you really want to zoom in on those photos or ask the seller, if it's an eBay seller or a Facebook seller, for more photos just to get a sense of if it has that indentation or not. A lot of them do. A lot of them do. So I don't know, maybe 50 to 60%, I'd say at minimum, have that indentation. And like I said, it varies in terms of how bad it is. In this case, it's not that bad, but it's just something to keep in mind. But it seems like that $250 to $300 price point, which that's a pretty significant number given what the original Sail Barge as a whole sold for. But that's what the resale prices are looking right now for this Power of the Force 000 Yak Face. Here's another example. This one was in better condition. It didn't appear to have any kind of indentation at all in that upper right-hand corner of the card, as you can see there. This one was in pretty much flawless condition. The only question I had was right here, whether that area right there was a litho damage or not, litho tear. It's hard to tell. It might just be like some packing material or something from the seller just forgot to take it off. But it's just something to keep in mind that, I just can't tell. It looks like a litho tear to me, but I don't know for sure. But that gives you an idea of maybe a little bit higher grade example. Here's another angle. See, it looks like dirt that's on the card. If you look right here, all of this stuff is kind of just dirt on the card. So again, you just want to make sure to ask a lot of questions to the seller. But this one sold on August 9th, so nice recent data. It had one bid at $350 plus $15 shipping, so that's on the high end. A couple of graded examples that both had flaws. This one was rated 85 by Collector Archive Services. The card got an 85, blister 90, figure 95. And this one had some kind of like gunk from the price sticker from wherever he bought it, probably at a hobby shop or a comic shop or something that hadn't come off yet. And also the case on this one was cracked. So you can see right there the gunk. And then he's got a shot here somewhere of, here's the crack on it right here. So, this one had some flaws to it, and it still sold for $400 with free shipping. Now, going back to my comment about the indentation on the card, this is an example of one that I think is overgraded. You can see right here in this photo, it's got a much larger, much more pronounced either scratch or that indentation. It goes all the way from the top of the card all the way down to here. So now this one has blister support on it, which was nice. But I think that and this one was graded 90 grade. It was 90 card, blister 85, figure 90. I mean, in my opinion, that's probably a little bit overgraded. It's probably, my personal opinion is any card, any VC 000 card that has that indentation that you can see there in the upper right by the warning label, I think that should automatically drop the overall score down to an 85 at best. But nevertheless, it did get a 90. It's not like me nitpicking the graders or anything, or the item or anything like that. It's just trying to make you aware that that you really need to keep an eye out if that indentation is a big deal to you. It may not be a big deal to you at all. So now what about the actual Sail Barge itself? Well, I've got some data that is older and all the way to fairly recent, but this one was the Sail Barge, but it had no Yak Face. So an item that is $300-ish, you got to take that out of the pricing. And even without the Yak Face, this one sold for $1,700. So You know, it's been open, but it's got all the contents. You know, another thing to keep in mind is that the Sail Barge came with this read before unpacking booklet, as well as this behind the workbench kind of soft paperback book. Both of those are pretty highly sought after for completionists, so they can go for 25 to 30 bucks just by themselves. So, but even without the yak face, this sold for $17.03 plus another $144 shipping. It's a big item. Now this one was complete, still in its original sealed shipper box. It's got the behind the workbench. It's got, you know, another little pack in there. And then it also came with all of these different figures. So look at all these figures that it came with to kind of help complete the barge. Multiple yak faces, multiple Gamorrean guards, multiple Klaatuus. So a really nice bundle. And this one actually I thought was pretty good, but I think what held this one back was the shipping cost. The winning bid was $2,000 plus another $250 shipping. So with taxes and everything, I mean, you're talking $2,500. So it's a pretty significant jump to go from an incomplete, but a sail barge that has the yak face versus a complete sail barge without the yak face. So a pretty big jump there. This one sold for $2,400 with another $150. This one did include all the booklets and everything and was still in its original shipper box. Again, $2,400 plus $150 shipping for that one. And another data point here, this one had $230 shipping on it. It included the skiff as well as the Skiff Guard 3-pack that Blacked Out Ewoks just bought, as well as the sail barge. So this one has a little bit of damage on the shipper box, which, you know, may or may not be important to you. But anyway, that one sold for $2,500 plus $230 shipping. So the range is for complete versions from about $2,000 to about $2,500. So it's a big jump when you think about the appreciation versus when it was originally released. Now, what does that mean for the Razor Crest? Well, there's been plenty of resale already for the Razor Crest, and it hasn't even come out yet. And so I pulled up 3 of them just to give you examples, and they've all kind of been in this price point. This one, he had 2 of them, and they were priced at $700 with free shipping. Both of those sold. The last one just sold here a day or 2 ago. But again, you know, we all know that the Razor Crest is going to get packed in with a bunch of other extra kind of tier items, tier unlocks, be it the Elder Jawa, the Mandalorian, and the Child, and all the Carbonite blocks. So there's a lot of extras. The stand, is there a stand? I can't remember. That might be getting it mixed up. But anyway, it's going to be quite a bit of stuff that you're getting. But, you know, correct me again on the price. I didn't look it up, but I probably should have, so I apologize. But I thought the original price was around $500. Is that correct? And they're already reselling at $700. This one sold for $800. He has 10 of them available, so this was clearly a reseller that bought a bunch of them. He sold 3 of those, and it had free shipping also. So that's, you know, getting on towards, let's call it 80% appreciation before the Razor Crest hasn't even come out yet. And I know a lot of you guys have pre-ordered it. I know you're excited about it. Me personally, I did not order it because I just don't have the room for it. But it's looking more and more like it was a bad decision just based on resale prices. But I think my wife, who already wants to murder me based on how full my collection room is, I think if I had this, that would be the final straw. She and Chaz would move off to Italy and I'd never see her again. But so that's another data point. So we have $700. We got $800. 3 of those are sold. This one just had one that sold this week. This one was listed for $850 with free shipping, and that one sold as well. He's got one left at $850. So, you know, I think what the interesting point is going to be how the pack-ins resell, be it the Elder Jawa. Is the Elder Jawa going to touch the price of 000 Yak Face? And my gut says it probably will not, only because we received, you know, most collectors have already got the normal Jawa as part of that Ahsoka and Darth Maul wave with Echo as well. So to get that exclusive figure, yes, I'm sure it's going to go up. I'm sure it's going to start minimum $100 to $150, but is it going to reach $300 or $400? I don't know if I see that for that Elder Jawa. So we'll have to wait and see, but it just seems like the closer we get to the release date for the Razor Crest, people are just already starting to kind of pre-order them on the resale market. And I don't know if that makes sense. To me, I'd rather see what kind of condition the shipper box is in. There's going to be a flood of new listings as those get shipped to people that maybe either change their mind and they don't want it anymore, they don't have the space like me, or they're just straight resellers, but they're waiting for the item to arrive to see what kind of condition it's in before they resell it. So cross fingers for all of you that did order it, and that Hasbro delivers them in good quality condition. There were a lot of complaints about the sail barge arriving damaged or not arriving at all for some of you. So hopefully the logistical process of shipping and it arriving at customers' doorsteps is a little bit less of a nightmare than the way the sail barge worked out. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I've got a lot of good videos planned this week. Obviously, we got a TVC market update later this week. I'll do a vintage Kenner update. I've got some comics coming from the Comic Link auction that just ended about a week or two ago. I picked out a couple there, and I'm going to show those as well as a few others that I've picked up here recently. And I also hope to unbox a Gaming Greats item that is supposed to be shipped and arrive later this week. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.